Hello to all my dear students, welcome back to my additional maths class. So today I will focus on trial exam paper SBP 2020. Alright, I try my best to discuss this set of paper because at the moment I don't have any answer to refer. So if I do make a mistake, please send message to me, inform me, because I'm afraid I also have mistakes. So first of all, for this one you have to form the equation by given root. So I will sum up the root and product of the root, and then I just use a formula x squared minus sum of the roots. Okay, this is the formula, is always minus, remember, plus product of the roots equal to 0. And then I need to simplify so that I can get a nice equation. So I will times the a, because the denominator is a, so I will times with the a. So I have ax squared minus a squared plus 2x plus 2a. Make sure you put bracket for a squared plus 2. That's the answer for the first one. So for number 2, you're given a group of the 150 students were selected to complete a science project, right? Okay, in a certain number of weeks. So if I read the question, it seems like on the second week, 4 students will be deducted, right? Will be less 4 students, and the next will be another 4 less. So my A is 150, my D is negative 4. Alright, so the balance left 22, so that's my Tn. So I substitute into the equation. I try to work out my n, and then I will find my n, and that n is actually the number of weeks, right? So it's should be the integer. So I have negative 128 minus 4 equal to negative 4n. So my n is 132 divided by 4. So my answer is n is equal to positive integer. So I'm safe, because if the answer is negative, sure got careless mistake lah, huh? So n is 33. So it should be the 33 weeks. So that is my answer. So if you do the arithmetic progression, make sure you study the common difference. If reduced, okay, it will be negative. And then for this question is about the sum to infinity, right? So the formula for sum to infinity is Sn equal to a1 minus r. So you just find your common ratio, alright, and then you will substitute into the formula. So the answer is 1 over 1 minus m squared, right? Okay, for this question it looks like a bit tough. So because they give you second derivative d2y dx squared, and they also give you dy dx and y. So in this case, they ask you to find the equation of the curve. So we start with the dy dx first. So if we want to get dy dx, you have to integrate your d2y dx squared. So we will integrate the d2y dx squared, and then we'll get 18x squared over 2 plus c, which is 9x squared plus c. So we have to use an x value and the dy dx value given, and we have to substitute into the equation, and we solve the c. So after we solve the c, then we have to write again our dy dx. Alright, okay, then only we will solve the equation of the curve. So let's see how we integrate. We got 9x squared, and the dy dx is 13. So I substitute the x equal to 1. So I got the c is 13 minus 9, so c is 4, right? So if c is 4, then my dy dx, I should get 9x squared plus 4, right? So after I get 9x squared plus 4, I will then integrate my dy dx to get the y, which is equation of the curve. Okay, so now I'm going to integrate 9x squared plus 4 dx. Also, remember, when you integrate, you get 9x 3 over 3, right? Plus 4x plus c. Don't forget the c. Okay, after I substitute my x equal to 1 and my y value given 11 equal to 3 times 1 cube plus 4 times 1 plus c. So I will get my c is 11 minus 7, which is 4. Okay, with that c, then I have to rewrite my equation of the curve, which is y equal to 3x squared plus 4x plus 4. That is so-called equation of the curve, right? Okay, so our answer must have y. Okay, it is a must to have y. As a title, y equal to 3x cubed plus 4x plus 4. That's so-called equation of the curve. Alright, so we have solved the most difficult question. So remember, when they give you dy dx, you're asking to find the y, you need to integrate your dy dx. Please remember the concept. Okay, if you fail to remember the concept, you can't recall and you can't do. So you need to practice. Okay, alright, so this one solved. So today I will spend about 30 minutes to discuss paper 1, but not all the question. I will just discuss half of the question. Alright, so this one is actually testing you about the concept of the inverse function. So what you need to do is you must know that the concept of the inverse function, when you have the x is an object, and then when you do k is a function, you get an image kx. So from the kx, you want to find back your object, so that's called inverse function. That means k negative 1 will bring back the 2 to x. So that means your kx is 2. So you just substitute kx equal to 2 into the x. Then you get the answer, and the answer is your object. So it's just a matter of testing your understanding of the inverse function. Okay, so the answer is 9. So that is the answer for the inverse. Will bring back 2 to 9. Okay, the next question is about the composite function. So we are given f2x equal to 30x plus 25. This is the answer. So you are not supposed to start with the answer. You have to start from the fx, and from the fx you find the f2x. Okay, so it's f3 is n times 3 minus 5. So you have answer 3n minus 5. I'm sure everyone know how to do this one. Alright, so for part A is quite simple. For part B, many students actually confused because they gave you the answer. So you are not supposed to start from f2x. Instead, you have to start from fx. So I'm going to start with the fx. So fx equal to mx minus 5. So if I want to find the f2x, so that means I have to sub the fx into the function. So we always do like that. Fx equal to mx minus 5. So f with the object, I don't want to write first. M object will follow, minus 5, everything will follow. So now, because you are having f2x, it means that the object is fx. So at the left, you put the symbol fx, at the right, you sub the mx minus 5. And then you simplify to the simplest form. Okay, before you do comparison with the answer given is 36x plus 25. And now you multiply, expand m square x minus 5m minus 5. I'm sure many students try to do and they reach here. After that, they will say they confused and they are not sure how to do. Actually, until this stage, you just do comparison. Okay, you almost got the answer. Your concept of composite function is good. So you just go one more step and you solve your m, you get the answer. M squared equal to 36. So m is plus minus 6. And because the instructions say they want the m less than 0, meaning that you have to choose the negative m, which is negative 6. Okay, please follow the instruction of the question. Alright, so this is about the composite function. So m can be obtained by comparing 25 equal to negative 5m minus 5. So you can actually try to do a comparison both sides and make sure you reach the same answer. Then you get the answer perfectly and you can double check your careless mistake. Alright? Okay, so now we have solved the composite function. Next we will try to solve another question. So the more you attempt, the more you try, the more you expert, and the less careless mistake you have. Remember? Okay, now I'm going to do another one. Okay, before that I have to highlight to you my m must be less than 0. So I have to choose m which is equal to negative 6. Okay, m must be negative 6. Okay, so clear? I'm sure you got no problem at this stage. Your function, your composite function, functioning well. Okay. Okay, good. Next, we will proceed to the next one, which is statistic. So for statistic, you have to read the question first. They say it's a set of the positive integer. Okay, arranged in ascending order. Ascending order. So this is ungrouped data. So what the question wants is you study the table. They gave you the frequency, right? So you try to add up the frequency first and total up the frequency, and then only you can figure out how to do for median, maybe for first quartile, maybe for third quartile, depends on the question. Okay, now the question is asking you to find the if v and k are positive integer. Now we are asking to find the range of the k if the mode is 6. So the mode is 6. That means k must be start from 0, can be 0, but cannot be 6, right? It must be 5 or less than 5. So it can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the positive integer, right? Okay, so that is the answer for the range. We have to write in terms of the inequality. So okay, that's the answer for the range. Next we will see the k is 7, and then you are asking to express a median in terms of v. In terms of v here means that your answer can have v with a number. It can be plus, can be minus. Okay, but you cannot solve. You cannot solve the value of v because in terms means is expression. Okay, many students are very confused with the expression. Alright, so you cannot equate to a 0 or equal to a value. Alright, so now I will substitute k equal to 7. And then I will try to figure out the answer for the median. So just now we have the data given in the table. So if I find the median, I have the even data 28. So if I have the even data for the median ungrouped data, I have to take 28 divided by 2, which is the 14. And then the 14 I have to plus 1, which is a 15. So I have to take the 14 plus the 15 data, then divide by 2, right? Then I find the average of the middle data. Okay, so when data is even, that's how you do. So now I'm going to find the 14th data, and the 15th data, and then I will add, and then I will divide by 2, and then I will say that will be my median for the ungrouped data, right? Okay, let's see. So the median is 4 plus V. Okay, so when the median is 4 plus V, that is so-called is in terms of V, right? That's the answer. Now you have to think how to find the median. So you have to try to study the table. Let's say if your V is 1, is it possible the arrangement of the data in the table? If 1, it seems like not possible because the data is not in order. If V equal to 2, also not possible. So you try to plug in the V equal to 3. You notice that it's logically is right. Okay, so we choose V is 3, so our median is 3 plus 4. Okay, so our median is 7. Okay, so this is the statistic. Alright, we have another statistic whereby we have to find the first quartile. So in order to find the first quartile, you have to arrange the data in order, and then normally we will divide into 2 groups first. We should divide at the middle, that is median. So you have 2 groups to the left, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. So we will just take the left one and we divide another 2. Okay, another 2 groups. It looks like our first quartile is 3, and then we're asking to find the first quartile, so the answer is 3. Now the question says the first quartile is going to multiply by a number, right? 5, and then plus another number, so it will follow, right, the first quartile, because it's not interquartile, so it's a first quartile, so you have to plus with the number you add in, so it's 3 times 5 plus 10, so the answer should be 25, right? If they ask for interquartile range, then it's not affected by the number you plus. Alright, okay, so that is the answer for the first quartile after you multiply by 5 and plus 10. Okay, this question is about the linear law, because they give you gradient of the straight line, -2/3, and then there's a point P lies on the straight line. Okay, and then you're asking to express y in terms of x. So now what you need to do is you use the linear law equation, big Y equal to m big X plus c. Then you try to substitute the big Y, which is equal to y over x squared, right? And then your big X, which is equal to x, and then you have to substitute the point, right? You have to substitute the point, and then you try to find the c. Okay, you try to find the c. So if you get the c, then only you can rewrite your equation, okay, for the y in terms of the x, right? So now I'm going to show you how I find the c by substitute the 8 as my big Y and my -9 as my big X. Okay, I try to solve it, and my c seems 2, so I will use a c2 and then write again my equation, y over x squared equal to -2 over 3x plus 2. But the question don't want y over x squared as a subject, they want small y, so I have to times the x squared to the right hand side. So this is my answer, y equal to -2 over 3x squared and -2 over 3x cubed. Alright, -2 over 3x squared plus 2x, we have to times with the x squared, so it becomes -2 over 3x cubed plus 2x squared is the non-linear equation. Now for this question, it's about permutation. A family of 4 children with their parents take the train. Each of them will be sitting in different coaches. So they gave you the diagram showing this train with the coaches. So now the condition given, you're asking to find the different ways they can arrange themselves in such a way that father, okay, let's see, the condition given is, let's study the question first. The condition given is father and mother must be sitting like this. Okay, so they give you the condition, father in front, mother must be at the end. So in between 4 children, so the number of ways to arrange the 4 children is 4p4. Alright, so it's 24 ways, right? So this is quite simple. And then their parents and the youngest child must be at 3 consecutive coaches. Okay, this is a bit hard. So it's assuming that parents means father and mother, and the youngest child, these 3 must be together. Okay, in other words, the question want to ask you like that. So because if they are sitting at a consecutive coaches, meaning that they can be always together, right? Okay, so we will arrange the parents and the youngest one as 3p3, and after that we consider them as one object, make them together, then we arrange them with the rest of the 3 children, so it becomes 4p4. So your answer should be 3p3 times the 4p4, right? Okay, so because we are assuming that they are always together for the parents and the youngest one. Alright, okay, so this is actually consider 3 persons together as one object. Then after that you arrange them with the other 3 children, so it becomes arranging 4 objects, so it becomes 4p4. So your final answer is 4p4 times 3p3. Alright, so you press your calculator to get the answer. I'm sure you will get the answer. Alright, so this is a bit challenging, and you need to really understand what the question asking, then only you can get the answer. Alright, so the answer should be what my answer is 144. Okay, there are 144 weeks. Alright, so that's all my sharing for SBP 2020 paper 1. I will continue to share in my next class. So bye bye, take care.